Hello, people. Welcome to it, man. As we promised you, there would be part 2. The director is here, as we promised. He's going to be here to unravel and pull the wool slowly but surely. We are getting there. And today, as we promised, he is here. To come and do your due diligence as you promised. We hope that everything went well on your way here.
I feel like all is in order.
All is in order. All right. Now, on your right, yes, on your right, we have another gentleman. This is coming together very nicely. You want to introduce the gentleman?
Yes.
Oh, please drink that.
No, thank you very much. It's Thabang Kotsedi. My friend is an expert on forensic investigation.
All right. Expert in forensic investigation. Now, remember that Thabang. Remember that name, because today you will never forget it, because it's going to be one of those episodes where you are like all the time. If you think the first episode that we did was full of surprises, no, this one is yet to surprise you. But anyway, Mr. Thabang, how? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. I am happy that you are here, and I am sure that whoever would be watching, the same way. Finally, we get to understand. It can only be forensic people who understand really. Remember, it is there for civilians, minding our own business. Before we continue with this, I want to get to know you a little bit better, Mr. Thabang. How did you get to be a forensic investigator?
Okay, firstly, let me take this opportunity to I came here. It's a Monday. I did so committee meeting legend, the Cwaile.
Yes.
But I can simply summon up of like a and for the opportunities platform like this that will also help didn't need happen because of some of the things that it's a halal. In most cases, they happen with back doors. Whereby in most cases the owners who can go corridors. After corridors, you'll never hear someone talk about that. Firstly, Thabang Kotsedi Bosimano sort of maths. And I was born and bred. It's an It was later in 2008 I moved to Gauteng. Full time. That's when not the lab of investigation, but I started getting internship at the SOEC. And from there moved up to Cape Town. I came across sitting at that too much because of I don't want especially I don't find out look, what I can take you is one is that the first case that I investigated, that was the high coffin case. Generally to one even Bozwane. That was one of the cases that I investigated. It was one of the biggest case also awful. On my side, I did one to a case. I did just a case. Yes. But
do you have a chance to dig into that one? Maybe just to discuss the findings?
And in trouble for whatever they can go on first in our foundation. I once watched a YouTube video whereby Mr. Cwaile, I don't want to say Kida because of I don't know what is a Kida. Not politically affiliated with any organization in South Africa at the moment. Because of I feel for now, there's no party that deserves my vote because of these leaders or Kidas. They take this thing so carry it's a permanent post when it's not a permanent post. You are only put there for a certain period of time. You will expire. What would you have done? Because of, it seems like they are expecting stealing and looting and keeping each other forward for a position. That is not enough. They are putting power to make life better for Honababa so that we can go and vote. The same organization that we can talk about, let's talk about the ANC a little bit. ANC is put there to make better lives for us. But in February, university. Our youth, we want opportunities. Literally because of somebody else to use themselves. But Okada position now on that chairperson one of us there is. Wow. What the hell?
It's sort of a lot of this. I understand, Mr. Phil. We are going to have to excuse you. Do you want to be excused now or later?
Nice one, you can excuse me now because I will leave the platform uninterrupted.
Okay.
My friend Thabang.
No, thank you. Thank you very well.
And we're not far about Kinu.
That's the extraction thing.
This is very shucks. So now we're gonna get to know all of that. And again, we have a way of which we are going to do this. So possibly maybe your expectations will not be met, and some at least how do we then survive in South Africa that is fermenting when coming to criminality and less accountability. And when they see people trying to fix the country, they analyze them. So this is going to be a series of events that we are going to see, especially on this platform. Thabang is going to be sitting with us, and he's going to be telling. All right, yeah. As you can see now, only me and the forensic expert. I love that word. So we are going to be talking in depth of the issues that has been hurt in South Africa. And one of the issues that we touched on was the issue of Wandile, Bozwane. If I'm not mistaken. Wandile. Sorry. Wandile, Bozwane. Because you must remember that it was gunned down brutally. It was one of the stories that actually made headlines in South Africa. So we're trying to piece in the puzzles, but I'm going to allow him to run with this one so that whoever has questions, they know this was said by an expert, not by a podcaster like myself who only does interviews, and that's all. Saba.
Now you're giving me an academy. I'm expecting forensic. These people will go and make analysis and check if I'm not one of the leaders that fake
their qualifications.
Yes, Bakra body come loud. That's the song. I don't want to be one of those. Look, man, to me, if you can give me a title of being a civilian in South Africa that is concerned about the province that I grew up in, it gives a little bit of a meaning whereby I'm a watchdog of corruption that is happening in the province. Okay, I have a little bit of a knowledge of what is happening even in Gauteng, KZN. You understand? It doesn't mean when you say Thabang only knows what is happening.
It's situated only in one place.
Yeah, no, I know. Even now I can tell you what's happening in Joburg.
What is happening in Joburg?
Now I'm telling you, if I can speak, let me tell you, it won't be nice. But I can tell you, I can throw some names, police ones, big police ones, and tell you that I don't mind you come for me, arrest me or kill me, it's fine. Your days coming. Every dog's got his own day. That's true. You understand? So me now, I'm not afraid. But if it's cleaning up, it means I've got a vacuum cleaner. I'm going to drop names.
Oof. Are you ready? Are you ready for that? Now let's start with Wandile. It was a sad story that we discovered when we woke up. What happened? According to your investigations.
Let me see. What I want to do is like this. According to little information that I have, let's start with one of the tenders that I do have a problem with, especially among Northwest. It's from human settlement. I found an founding affidavit that Wandile Bozwane disposed using his lawyers, Hannes people attorneys in Bloemfontein. It was to interdict 7 companies that were awarded a tender of 340-something million rands. This included certain municipalities. I can namely say Cwaile local municipality, Naledi, Lekwata, Emana, and others. You understand? All of those companies that were given those tenders, in terms of the CIBD grades, they did not meet the criteria. You know, the funny part, he interdicted it. And the letter, the founding affidavit was addressed to the HOD of Human Settlement back there in between 2013 to 2015. And it is written there. I'll say HOD was Mr. Moskanza. No. And the MEC of Human Settlement. Now, in terms of the little information that I have, there was no response until one day they brought the matter in front of the High Court. You understand? But now, the funny part of all of this, when Wandile Bozwane was followed at Michelangelo in Sentin and in McDonald, the Greyston Drive, fun part, there was a hitman that was killing from Dawu. This person's got a company.
A hitman with a company from Tau.
Yes, and it's a security company. This security company, it's the one that was in task of secure-guarding Dawu Greater Mine, Dawu Diamonds.
Okay.
Yes, you understand? I'm just saying, out of that, I found it very, very, very interesting that this gentleman is following Wandile Bozwane, and he was from somebody else. Unfortunately, the director of the company passed on. You understand?
Yes, yes.
We go to Cwaile, local municipality. There's a certain company that received 61 million rands for reticulation in Cwaile. Go to Cwaile local municipality and see the situation of the RDPs right now. It's still a problem there. A certain company was given work in Northwest, all over by the Human Settlement. You understand? You ask yourself, who is the director of that company and who is this director of this company connected with as a politician? And is it that this businessman is funding one of the politicians to have a certain position? I know, but I'm just throwing it up there.
So you see, there's a sponsor.
Basically, I'm saying there is something of that magnitude, but go there and investigate. The only thing that we are having here is that, like I said, we only speak about these things in the corridors. You know, me being on the podcast, it put my life at risk.
That's true.
Gents, I know these guys that we're going to talk about, they've got man to pay hitmen to come and eliminate either one who's going to make sure they starve. Now I'm saying, before you take that gun, think, Mari, you don't know the army that is behind me. That one I can tell you, you pull the trigger of the firearm or whoever, you're going to fall. Like I said, every dog has its own day. Be careful they don't roast the whole family of its own too. Before gets another mortuary, that one is not a threat. I'm just saying, and the linna be guaranteed. The thing is, with Wandile Bozwane's case, there's a lot of people that are involved. You understand? There's a narrative that is written by certain journalists. You understand? Because of, I'm saying to you, certain leaders were put each and every week with the newspaper. But if you sit down and look at the narrative, who was trying to put the narrative out of certain
politicians and put it direct. Bruak, let me make a simple example. I'm fighting with you or court. Ne? Legally so, but would you kill me?
No.
Somebody took advantage. I'm not going to mention a name, but somebody took advantage saying that this one is fighting with this one or court.
Shifting the blame.
Yes. I'm saying, happy, go and look at who really killed Wandile, Bozwane. You understand? You will have a clear picture of drawing a mindset there of who really killed Wandile, Bozwane. There's a lot of police who are corrupt. There's a lot of policemen who are working honestly and tirelessly so. But the only thing, Northwest Kaofela or each any province, bothata ki di commander tse dingwe, whereby how setole gaufi is either wa movie wa mona, the police get not promoted. They are good investigators, but baba batolaba. That's a halafla. Let me make an example before we move on to another matter. In the Rustenburg, I met one of the witnesses mo casing ya Wandile Bozwane. After meeting this gentleman, I was going there, one of the police officials from Johannesburg. I won't mention the unit. You know that couple of days later down the line, I get a call from a certain captain. He is in Rustenburg. You understand? Aroko Hawks. They've opened a case of kidnapping against me, saying that I've kidnapped this gentleman. You understand? This witness.
Okay.
Because of this witness went to them. I said to them, look here, nakona, wabana kona Thabang Kotsedi. When you come to me, investigate the case, come with a J50 and you must have done your homework to the fullest. Osata bon naka di chip line. Wabona di chip lining ala tsedi etuango konetsa mapodisa nyana. There's a lot of policemen that are used mo Northwest to do mosebetsi. Letle di go jumpa le botana ko nna jala hankak. The thing is, protocol is not followed. Batho ba tsa di chelete. For them to be able to pursue the case, I will name certain police officers that I know at the end of the day, they are on the payroll. And they will come there and harass us.
No.
Now they've harassed me to the certain limit. Some of them, they will resign after this podcast.
So you know, you were also put in a place, these people, they want to harass you, intimidate you, so that whatever it is that you think of doing, Oscar offended, I know why you did.
That's because of I know who killed Wandile Bozwane.
Wow.
Yeah, now I can tell the world. I know who killed Wandile Bozwane.
Can you tell us now?
Not in this platform.
Okay. That would have went south because it was a big story in South Africa when that happened.
If you check the January, I opened a case of conspiracy to commit murder. I'm bold enough to stand in front of a magistrate to tell them that with this evidence, I can confirm. But on the last case, if you can do research, the last person to talk to see Wandile alive that night at the meeting knows what happened to Wandile Bozwane.
So that's the person.
No, I'm saying
They know.
They know what happened to Wandile Bozwane. Bro, I can say enough. If wena ka moso, it will talk about you are around the vicinity. Any person can make a conclusion of what is happening.
Obviously, it's going to sound very weird when I say I don't know or you don't know. It just makes sense for somebody to confirm that this person Nkale fought.
Yeah, and in a nutshell, people have talked. You know, I've once wrote a message to a certain somebody that introduced me to another gentleman. I don't want to talk about his name, but I will mention it. I met with the gentleman called Brown Mokotsi, the one in Madlangare. There was a day that he talked about that Wandile Bozwane's case. I then sent a message. I said, which of the siblings of Wandile Bozwane did you talk about for you to be able to mention Wandile Bozwane? Because of if you are going to fight Figile Mbayula, SD or the ESC, don't use Wandile Bozwana's name. You understand? Because of I was highly involved in that matter. You understand? So I reprimanded this person to say, stay away from Wandile's name because of you will get into trouble. Mina, I talk about Wandile Bozwana because of I'm even saying I'm not even afraid to say that yes, he was talking about Fikile Mbalula. If Fikile Mbalula feels to take me to court about Wandile Bozwana that I mentioned his name, I can take it on. At any given time, I can take him on. I don't have money, but I'll get myself a lawyer from, what is this? Free lawyers?
It's Scorpio, legal wise.
Not legal lawyers. Go court.
Oh yeah, the state.
State. If he says Thabang mentioned Wandile Bozwana's state, I'm not afraid.
I can see that you're actually waiting for Fikile to actually do that. Horaho beats.
I at any time.
So now tell me, people who are involved in, I'm not saying that we should speak names, but the person you're talking about, Fore, was the last person to see him. They had a dinner together and stuff like that. Was it somebody from the ANC?
And what else?
Wait. I want us to go step by step.
No, let me tell you straight.
Yes.
Wandile Bozwana at the meeting, at the final meeting that he had, or Saxon Hotel.
Yes.
He was with a businessman and also somebody from ANC. All right. You understand? A businessman and also others. There were also others at that meeting. The meeting was at Saxon Hotel.
Huh.
Yes.
So that meeting cost Wandile Bozwana his life.
No, I'm saying to you that there was an interdict that he put against certain municipalities. On those certain municipalities, businesses did not qualify, did not have certain grades. 4 months down the line, Wandile Bozwana dies. Why look for it? Very straight. And on top of dying, there is a hitman that was following Wandile Bozwana, and this person is linked to have business in Taung Northwest. Why you look, bro?
Oh, I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
So it started there. Now you check some of the leaders that were there. I liked what Mr. Cwaile once said on the podcast. He says that, not on the podcast, on a certain YouTube video.
Yes.
He said, he was saying that whenever an auditor general audits, they don't go down the foundation, but better more deep. So I'm just showing go and let's look at it. Those leaders or cadre, from 2010 till Wandile Bozwana a tlhokafala, from Wandile Bozwana a tlhokafala till today, what then happened in terms of the looting and the capturing of Northwest? Northwest has been captured.
So this means Wandile could have disturbed the looting and the chain, especially of those top brass, because obviously when you have something against certain individuals, and that might disturb their income, you become enemy number one. So for him to be executed was so that, like you say, then the looting now was crazy now. People were free flowing because nobody was holding them accountable.
No, let's just take an example.
Yes.
You have Honorable Bozwane and Honorable Cwaile.
Yeah.
They are no longer in the system. Why? Because of they were vocal about what is happening in Northwest. You become vocal, it's either they eliminate you in different ways. These cadres, they do different ways. Eh?
Oh no.
Poison car accident, blind.
So, but tell me then, how is Fikile's name? Why does Fikile's name Fikile Mbalula's name keep popping up?
Okay.
In this discussion of saying it is linked to Andy. No, I'm Wandile.
Actually, fair. Now I was just making an example. The reason why, it was because of Mr. Mohoti spoke about him.
Oh yeah.
So I just reminded him to say, stay away. Now I know. I've opened the case on Timberg Hospital.
Yes.
And I'm saying it straight. Number one suspect, the conspiracy to commit murder of Wandile Bozwane. It is him, Fikile Mbalula.
I wanted us to put it like that. I
Yeah.
wanted us to.
It is him. The second one, it is another businessman called Malusi Molewa. Malusi Molewa is running the waste company in Northwest Kahel with the same company that belonged to Wandile Bozwane. But that one I won't touch for now. Because of, remember, I will share to you why would I not touch. For Honamiana, I'm giving the police to be able to piece out the dots. Holy. How is it that I mentioned a suspect as big as Mr. Mbalula ko Kingsinya Wandile? Now I know why. And for now, I cannot divulge too much. It's an investigation about. And I'm giving the police, Honamian, ka September, they need to tell me why people are not arrested. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, because if you cannot sit on top of information, it may look away. I'm saying that there's good investigators, supposed to say. Put the good investigators to investigate this matter, Bozwane. Because of, remember, there is an investigator that has run with the case to make sure that 4 of them have been arrested, convicted. But I'm telling you, Cwaile, there are still other hitmen that are roaming the street. I've opened the case again against the judge that was presiding over case ya Wandile Bozwane. Bare ke telebetse lebitso la gagwe la tshabang ke tla le gopola
Was it a white person?
No.
Okay.
She's a lady. The lady is involved ko casing ile ya the leader ya kereke ya Modise. She was arrested by the Oxford. She's on bail. I've opened a case against that lady, the judge. I've got my reasons because of the police arrested another hitman that is also mentioned in the case in Wandile. That person Utsui. Well, understand? And nothing is being said.
You mean the person responsible is just roaming free?
No, I'm saying Wandile Bozwane was followed by 12 people on that day.
No.
Not one person, 12 people, only 4. But what about the rest?
I'm thinking because you're saying there was a person following him, you were only mentioning 12 people on one day. In one day.
I'm not talking about we figure with police documentation.
Yes.
Yeah, or we are information peddlers. We not. Go to court. It's on record there. There is a video. See how many people are following him there. Go there and check. And you'll be surprised. But and I've identified, I've even went to the extent limit of concrete cases against why are these people not arrested? Because of you are failing to arrest the mastermind. Why every time you investigate, but the mastermind becomes what? A surprise or a figure that will never be touched. Remember, it's like this, bro. I once read the judgment of Judge Hendricks when he was presiding on another case. I just don't want to mention the case because of it's going to harm a lot of people. He said, you acquired the services of so and so to go and kill this one. So I'm sentencing you this sentence all like Mufa Diliga Jele because of it's the one that killed. When not because of you acquired the. So you understand the holy. Why is the mastermind always being protected? The crime in most cases. Now, bro, just to wrap up here, Wandile Bozwane. There's a sergeant that is on the case, Wandile Bozwane.
Okay.
He works for a cold case unit, head office. Sergeant Muwe Wabo. He's done a great job on the case. You understand? I also feel we need fresh legs.
Oh, that's true.
You understand? To run this race. Now I've opened the cases. Yes. But on top of getting the information, I saw the relevancy of saying, this people, so there's journalists, they were also paid. Every weekend. And I'm saying, if you can go and make your own investigation regarding those journalists and how they were fired from certain institutions and what they have right now that is pulling in money for them, then tell me if Thabang is lying. I'll hand myself over. Prison.
So journalists who are also on the payroll.
Yeah, you saw on Madhanga.
Yes, yes.
That Musa Kaula's.
Yes.
And mine were also given. I gave them to a certain journalist. The certain journalist, they gave them to somebody else. He was paid for that. I know. And I don't want to mention the journalist's name. My details, my ID number were given because of I gave him a copy of my statement.
So just like Musa Kaula, you were also facing prison time because they wanted to shut you down.
Remember, here's the thing.
Yes.
You know what irritated me a lot is that I've got a case that I've opened of somebody planning to kill me. You understand? After that, and I hear these things from the police that were inside the room with this certain businessman. I opened a case against the CEO of a company called Cellular Waste. You understand?
Yes.
Because of they were in Lanzeria, my name was mentioned there. He was gonna take care of me like they killed a certain hitman. You understand? That information came to me. I went to the police and opened a case. What did they do to that case? They put it as a cold case because they said that if only information will come through. It was never investigated, but I didn't blame it. I blame it on who was the, what do they call this person? The police commissioner in Gauteng by that time. Because of the same police commissioners, they drink coffee with these people that will say, that will alter words that will get other people into danger. Kuke kwakhulunywa bebabuya kaSizulu bathi lo Kotsedi akasazi sizodila naye njengoba sidile ngosibanibani. That's what was said. You understand? I went to the police, opened the case. Still today, it's not investigated. You understand? I've opened a case again of conspiracy. This one that I opened. Nobody has came to me. What's the progress? You know what they're going to do? They're going to close them. These cases, because of I found out that the same the same suspects, they went to the police station or to whoever is higher rate in the police to go and ask they went to find out because of you understand? Hey, on the case here, Wandile Bozwane. Now, a little bit diversion because of I think we've overstayed our welcome.
Yeah, no. That one we have. The reason why we stayed so long is because there's just a lot of people involved in that case. There's a lot of suspects. There's a lot of criminality that went down. I mean, for just to think about it, 12 people were hired to make sure that they take out Wandile. And none of those people, only a couple of them were arrested. What does that mean? Because they were also doing the same business as the ones up in Cwaile. So it means we spend a lot of time on it only because it's as it is. And the media is before you come in, the media says nothing about the actual events.
Yes. Something. I'm just gonna drop something. A shock.
Drop it.
You see, most police need. The same officer that has been working casing Wandile Bozwane, they tried to remove him.
No.
You understand? They tried to remove him. Most police. Because of the certain business people that have interest on the case, they put money. Higher ranked police officers, the ones that you call commander, the ones that you go and report to. You understand?
Yes.
The poor man had to leave because of it's toxic. Wabanas police is toxic, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just wish Scorpion would deal with this corruption. Don't come and tell me about body hawks. Hawks. 120. You cannot want to o itse ba santse ba berekisa skill sa ma sa ntatole o na ko ba ke fidile badula botlhoko ba re tin Clemens. Arrest you now and investigate later. Why understand? Now, if there was a unit Municipal saying that will not divulge any information to the police and independent like Scorpion, this country will be great, my brother. We will also go there and investigate because of when you first open the case, we do the police station, batakabo, primbole, mothers of around everything, batakadi, everything to open the case. Statement the Sakafo gets taken a photo. The whoever is being implicated the more, I tell you straight,
Like he said, we have overstayed our welcome on Wandile. We are moving on to another one. The sad reality is that things like this, they are being perpetuated and nobody's doing anything about it. When they see that you are working very hard, they remove you from where you are and they just want to shut you down. And I'm glad that there's somebody who sees the light. At all of us until September, if you are not doing your due diligence by September, Nekabo Ene will take it upon himself and possibly be on the platform again by September to come and divulge. I want to know, we are still touching base. We are still touching base. All of us the leads, and you must follow them. Tabs.
8.
To who? To which folder? You see, these are folders. Which folder are we moving?
No, I've got about, all in all, I've got about 24 folders that include all of the departments around Northwest. Hiring, MECs, HODs. I've got that information. But let's start here.
Yes.
Last year I was called by a certain gentleman. I will call his name. His name is David Lehar. He's from Cwaile, Delarebe. He says to me, Thabang, I'm having a problem. Sandra posted the tender, and this tender came with a certain company from Belcom as the main contractor to the case, to the job. Now, what happened is Thabang, is that I tendered it because of the subcontractors needed to be from Cwaile. You understand? But eventually what had happened is that I found document that he was sidelined because of he said that his company did not have a CIBD, while this man, in the format that they asked to tender documentation, was biting OCD. Yes. I look at his application and the CIBD was there. You understand? This man was terrorized by the gang unit, South Africa Police Gang Unit from Klerksdorp. He was terrorized. And also on Facebook, they even wrote the South African Police Yamo Northwest. They wrote an extortionist. This man is only standing up to say he will not tender, and the tender in a subcontractor. Why Batoba? But a subcontractor from Velcom or Free State. While the tender specifically say a subcontractor, first you start at the local municipality. I see you go to the region. I see your province, and then you can skip and go where? National. This man is being harassed, a businessman, poor businessman, to empower any tobacco community. But that gets taken away from him. He gets arrested. Victimized by the same police that we called upon. Then I then said to myself, let me look at it in a broader way. Where can I find information? Then I looked at on a site when like a skontir had situated or a tender, there's a CLO and a PLO. Then I checked the CLO was appointed before the PLO, only to find out that when the CLO came on site, he found the company is the subcontractors. You understand?
The same 10.
Same 10.
Yes.
Now he questioned because of as a CLO, they were the ones that were supposed to check my community who has the company that fit the criteria. He was told is just a skeleton structure because of the PLO was not yet appointed. That was back in 2022, yeah. Then 2023, man,
Yes.
Then the following March, the 16th, they appoint a PLO. Half appoint a PLO. Now, these people now, they have, remember the other one, they are liaising with the community via the company, the information goes there. If there's something or community, the community doesn't come straight, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. There's channels. So the gentleman, PLO, receives a letter from Mr. Lekar, ke Ulebogeu David Lekar. Ba receive a letter this gentleman, PLO, takes the letter wa scan. We rumela ko ba gore hey kante motho gore a sa kra tender ke so. 2 weeks down the line, or 3 days after sending the email, the PLO gets dismissed for raising this matter. Now, apparently, then the municipal, not the municipal manager, but the mayor, the speaker, the chief whip of the majority party, ba ipitsa yalo akere ke ditulo tse dintsi na ya makala wa batho ba ipitsa bo majority party akere nna ke mo dipolitiki. Yeah. They get involved in this matter. Why understand? Mo e leng gore it is also alleged gore sentle mayors around Northwest, you get a tender mare o tla utlontsha something behind closed doors. Now I will prove it. I've gotten allegations saying along the way Hunter gra information. I then went to send an email to the CEO of Sandral. I sent it to the head of Sandral in Northwest. Hake fetso kra information ya gore Mr. Lehari, as my complainant, utlile ababotsa gore gona le bothata. The CEO said this matter is very, very, very sensitive. That is acknowledgement. Wamo. Thinking this matter will be sorted out. It was not sorted out, my bro. Or they made sure this one get a criminal case and the bamubela. Understand? Because of they are pushing their own vendetta. I got in. I started communicating with them. Nicely so. I took the matter to the fraud department, Sandra. I always call them for an update. They are investigators. I told them if I can find out that information within a month, what is delaying them on their side as investigators? It's a fraud hotline. I gave them applicable evidence, even a report that I constructed. I gave them. You understand? To say they've never returned to me till to date. You understand? Yes. I engaged the mayor. I engaged the speaker. I engaged the chief whip of the majority party in Cwaile. To say you are involved in this. I even engaged the MEC of Copta, Remola PC, Saliva Hawar. And the HOD, Mr. Dr. Bone. Still, they've never responded to my email. These leaders, there's an email, that one gives me because of the same Mr. Lehad met with the MEC. The MEC then said, exchange your numbers with Mr. Bone so that he can attend to this matter. Till to date, Mr. Bone has never entertained the thing. But now I'm saying to you, the HOD Public Works has been given a mandate to appoint the investigators. A certain company, calculate is from 37 million to 4 billion rand of tenders that have been given to this company and the this same company.
Yes.
Let's talk about has been the talk of everything. R507 from Madiboho to Delerevi. It was given to a certain company, but the adjudication committee of that committee never wanted this company if you went tender to be the one. The one they favored it. The owner, I've talked with him. He received an email saying gore go na le problem ko tender, only to find out gore ga gona problem, go na le motho o santsa a tsene. The same company e tsenang, there's allegations happy in the same department. So I'm saying, go and pick up. I'm saying these allegations that I'm making. I'm saying, let there be investigations in Northwest. Not a decent investigation. I'm going to submit Komadanga. I'm going to Komadanga to go and submit about Northwest province. Department. They can only because as young as I am, I'm not even afraid to work. If it's time for me to depart this world, let it be. But what I'm seeing right now, it's tears to my eyes because of I don't think this is the government that Oliver Tambo, Nelson Mandela, government fought for or went to prison for. Put the double bed.
Oh, but there's money.
Money, go and look at this HODs, MECs. Do a lifestyle audit. These people let's rake. Bali chuba ka kopanya di hitmen di close. And let's rake the immense. But for what? Because of remember what you are doing now. It says a lot about the generation to come. If what about the ones that are going to come? Because of remember, you run a race to get to a finish line. That's why when I said to you, Gary, this thing is not permanent. To be an MEC, position, it will last you forever.
So wait. So all those MECs that you're talking about, especially on that route that you're mentioning, they are all involved in making sure that the rightful person who is supposed to occupy or supposed does not do what they are supposed to.
Hey, because of there's a pledge behind closed doors. There was something that Mr. Cwaile mentioned. You get the job, but behind closed doors. It happens through their organizations. The shebini tsa bone tsa ba di bulang tse di tavern, the bottle store. Those is where the money goes. Go to churches and check what is happening there. Go check the NGOs. They are directors, are MECs. Ke tlotla go khaneng engwe ene ke re ke ba go shapela yone bruaka ke a ditsela wa bona ditsela tsa mo Northwest. It's a problem bruaka. It's a problem in such a way ya gore budget e teng mara there is a problem just a month back. Did you remember that NPA was in Northwest handing over the buildings back to the municipal? Now I'm saying I'm again challenging the NPA. It is nice to hand over the buildings to the municipality. Where are the culprits? You understand? Nakir, when that project was done, look at who was the MM or the acting MM of Mahike municipality.